Let's examine the product rule for differentiation. Product rule says that if you have two functions being multiplied, where those functions could potentially be functions of x, so they're not necessarily just constants, and if they're being multiplied and you want to take the derivative of that multiplication, then that's when we'd use product rule. It says that if you want the derivative of f times g, then what you need is you need the derivative of g times the original f plus the derivative of f times the original g. Okay, let's see if we can do this. First, we see that we're trying to take the derivative of a multiplication of two things. So that's where product rule could be used. In this case, notice that the things being multiplied are not actually functions of x. So in all reality, product rule is not really needed to evaluate this. But still, it's a good one to start with because it'll just be a simple introduction to it. Let's let the first thing be the f and the second thing is the g. So f is 8 and g here will be 3. Now we want to find the derivatives of each of those, which are easy to do here. They're both constants, so the derivatives will be 0. Now we want to plug it in to the formula. We have to multiply the original f times the derivative of g. Okay, so we're going to need 8 times 0 for that first part. Then we have to multiply the original g times the derivative of f. Okay, as we can see, not surprisingly, the derivative of this thing is going to be 0 because it's a constant. Okay, so that's the answer to number 1. Let's try a little bit tougher one here. 5x. Again, product rule is not really necessary, but we'll try it just for a little practice example here. Let f be 5 and let g be x. You get to pick, which one you want to be f and which one you want to be g. Derivative of 5 is 0 and the derivative of x is 1. Now we plug them in. We need f times g prime. And then we have to add in g times f prime. Okay, so f is 5. G prime is 1. G is x and f prime is 0. That leaves us with a final answer of 5, which is in agreement with past rules that we'd looked at. Now let's try one that's a little tougher. Now f is a function of x, and so is g. F is x and g is x squared. Now here, it would be easier to just multiply the two and get x cubed and then take the derivative. But since we're practicing the product rule here for the first time, let's leave them separate and just see if we get the same answer. We're looking for 3x squared to be the final answer. All right, so the derivative of x is 1. The derivative of x squared is 2x. We want to now plug them in. X times 2x plus x squared times 1. That's 2x squared plus x squared, which becomes 3x squared. That's what we said it should be. All right, and now we'll try just a little bit tougher one. We want to do the derivative of one of them times the original of the other. It doesn't really matter which when it comes to product rule. I'll do the derivative of the second one times the original first. And then I have to add. This time I switch it up. So I do the derivative of the second one there by the original first. Okay, so the derivative of negative 6 minus 5 will be negative 6. The derivative of 3x plus 4 is just 3. And there we go. Technically, it's done. You know, that is the derivative. We could simplify it further if we wanted to. Let's see. We'd have negative 18x minus 24 minus 18x minus 15. Looks like negative 36x minus 39.